Alright, 200 days of Minecraft on PS5. Yeah, thought I'd do a sequel to this because I actually have plans for what to do within 200 days. So, yeah, thought, hey, let's just do this. But now that the introduction is out of the way, it's time to just go in and, go into day 101. So here we are on day 101. First thing I plan to do is get mending on my netherite boots and my netherite pickaxe, And, to do that, I need to create a villager breeder, and, this day was basically me just collecting resources like wood and, sand, for both the walls, the roof, and the windows, which are used in the villager breeder, which is what I started doing on day 101. You also may notice it's at the village, Yeah, and yeah, as I said, putting in windows, make it look nice for the villagers, Yeah, that's basically what I did throughout day 101, and, it was still very productive. On day 102, all you gotta know is I just continued work with the villager breeder, Yeah. And it was good because I finished the roof, and the only thing I need to do now is add torches on the roof so that nothing spawns on the roof, so no bad things happen. And yeah, I also did the floor. I'm not gonna make this spruce planks, I'm gonna use a different material, which is what I did on day 103. I used deep slate tiles. I think they look very, very nice, And yeah, later this day I also, started the process of actually moving villagers. Yeah, it was kind of difficult. But I was still successful in getting at least one villager in, so that was a start, Still have to get another one in though. But yeah, before I do that, I'm just going to work on putting more beds into the villager breeder so, I can actually get more villagers in here. On day 104, I had my first tragedy where, when trying to get the second villager up, I was accidentally glitched into the ground and I heard my villager dying. Didn't know what was going on. I tried to get back up to try and save him. But yeah, well, yeah, he died. So sad. So sad. So on day 105, I started the work of trying to get, another villager from the other village. And on day 106, I, got a villager in a boat and had to, paddle across this dirt bridge which I built to, the village breeder. Don't worry, I will soon destroy this, But yeah, after some trial and error and almost accidentally killing this villager, I managed to get 2 villagers in the villager breeder, so we are set. And on day 107, I started breeding the villagers because, I want more than just 2 villagers, yeah. And yeah, this is where I decided to destroy this dirt bridge. And, it took a while, but eventually it was now destroyed. Yeah, it was only going to be temporary, like what you thought I was actually going to keep that. Who do you think I am? Both day 108 and day 109, I was just AFK waiting for the villagers to grow. And on day 110, I tried to get a mending villager, and took a while, because yeah, this is the process you have to go through. Very painful. But yeah, eventually I did get a mending book, and that was nice. I can put it on my netherite ship. And you gotta know for the rest of this day, I filled out, the villager breeder with even more beds so that, I have the maximum amount, of beds which can actually fit in this villager breeder. So yeah, that's nice. Day 111, I decided to get a Fletcher villager because my other Fletcher villager died. And yeah, I decided to actually finish filling the breeder with beds. Day 112, I was also getting another librarian villager. I think this one I was trying to make an Unbreaking 3 villager because, just want perfect enchants on pretty much everything, and I want everything to be netherite. And this process of trying to get an Unbreaking 3 villager continued to day 113, but eventually I did manage to get it, which was very, very nice, And yeah, also managed to get protection 4 this day, which can get perfect armor now. Day 114, all I did was dig up clay. That is basically it. But on day 115, after getting Unbreaking 3 and protection 4 and mending book, I decided to, get my diamond chestplate in netherite and also enchant it, That is very nice. Yeah, I also put mending on my other piece of netherite equipment. And later this day, I decided to shear some sheep. This was because, well, when I created that netherite chestplate, that was my last piece of ancient debris to create that one netherite ingot, and yeah, I basically need to mine for more. So that's exactly what I did later on day 115. Days can get weird down in the nether, but this still counts as day 115. But now that I know that this is actually day 116, because I timed it, I decided to smelt my ancient debris so I can get more netherite equipment. And basically, the next few days, just gonna, be the same shit of me, mining for netherite, sorting out villagers, collecting emeralds. So yeah, instead of talking over it, I thought I decided to do this little montage, because someone said in the comments of the last video that I talk too much. Yeah. But yeah, as you saw from that little montage of me collecting resources, emeralds, sorting out villages and mining for netherite, I got full netherite equipment. Very nice. But yeah, also later on day 142 I decided to get a cleric villager to master as well, and also decided to trade enderpearls with him, instead of, killing endermen or farming piglins. And also now that I have a cleric villager, I decided to expand my netherwort farm because they trade for netherwort and that would be nice. Day 143, something weird happens, the footage stopped recording, like, I was still playing, still finished the netherwort farm with the expansion of it, but yeah, just couldn't show it. Day 144, I was back in the nether collecting blaze rods. Yeah. And I can't really track the days that well in the nether, but I'm now going to consider this to be day 145, Yeah. And now this is day 146 because I slept on day 145 and yeah, this is now the next day. And on this day, you gotta know I traded for more ender pearls, to get to the end. And I crafted those ender pearls into Eyes of Ender, which, helped me get through the end portal in the first place to fight the Ender Dragon. Day 147, I decided to go to the end portal. I noted down where it was on a copy of this world, so yeah, let's go. And the journey's taken me so long that I actually had to sleep in villagers' houses. And yeah, we're now at the village where, the end portal is right underneath here, but I keep getting distracted by just random resources. And I slept in the villager's house again, it's now day 149. And on this day, I finally decided to dig down to the end portal, that's what I did. And yeah, I finally decided to fill in the Eyes of Ender, and I decided not to go into the end portal yet because I'm going to fight the Ender Dragon on day 200. Day 150, when I got back home, I decided to create a chest for all my farm materials. And yeah. And later that day, I also decided to collect some obsidian since I had some spare Eyes of Enders and, wanted to create an ender chest. And yeah, on day 151, I also decided to create an arm stand and put my old iron armor on it. I think it looks nice. Day 152, not much on this day, but I decided to drain some water from my mines since, I was near a water cave and, it was kind of getting annoying, so yeah, took care of that. And this process continued into day 153. It was annoying because I didn't have sponges. And when the draining was finally done, I decided to dig out all of the dirt of which I placed to drain all the water. Yeah, this was much easier. Day 154, I was AFK in the villager breeder again. Yeah, many days are kind of going to be like this. Day 155, one thing you gotta know is I expanded my storage again, which I do part of the time, because want more chests. And also, the rest of this day, well, overnight actually, just AFK. I think I was mainly doing this to get phantom memories from phantoms for slow fall potions. Yeah. On the morning of day 156, I decided to replace all torches on my railroad with lanterns. I think it looks nice. And for the rest of this day I just went mining, thinking about why I say everything looks nice a lot. My vocabulary is very limited at times. Yeah. Day 157, after coming back up to the surface, I decided to mine all those silk touch ores with my fortune pickaxe to get a lot more resources. And then the night of day 157, I was killing some phantoms, and I got a phantom memory. This means I can create slow falling potions now, which will be good for the Ender Dragon fight. So on the next day, day 158, that's what I did. I also added redstone to them so that they actually last longer, so I've now got 3 4-minute slow falling potions, which means that 12 minutes to the Ender Dragon fight, I'm safe. And yeah, later on day 158, I decided to continue work on, replacing all those torches with lanterns, hopefully I can get this finished. And on day 159, I actually managed to finish it, so yeah, it's all good. And on this day I also created strength 2 potions for the wither fight on day 300. Yeah, that's not in this video by the way. Day 160 I decided to try and get looting throne and diamond sword and not having the best luck. And what I did on day 161 to get my levels back up is collect more wood so that I could trade more emeralds for more villagers. Which is exactly what I did on day 162 and I managed to get back up to level 30, so I can actually enchant another sword now. And that's what I did, and I managed to get looting 3, so my luck turned, and I was very, very happy. And I used this looting 3 sword to get 2 more wither skeleton skulls. I accidentally at one point got one during 100 days, and I thought I'd just get 2 more, and I'm having some decent luck. I got my second one here, which is my first one on me, and yeah, I also managed to get my third one, which is my second one on me. Yeah, I'm gonna fight the wither in 300 days, not 200 days, just to let you know again. Yeah. I'm also now going to count this as day 163 because the placement of the sun, I was in there for probably way longer than 20 minutes, so full Minecraft day is probably passed. Day 164, I decided to try and get an infinity bow, and yeah, it's not working. But yeah, day 165, I didn't do shit. But on day 166 I actually decided to do something, and you know, I actually decided to mine, you know, actually some entertaining shit instead. And yeah, I actually slept in the mines, you know, yeah. So that's day 167 and I'm still continuing to mine. Yeah, this is pretty much all. And on the next day I decided to trade all that stone I got from mining into emeralds, this so I get both XP and emeralds. And yeah, with that XP I also decided to try and get a, you know, Smite 4 sword. You know, no real reason other than, you know, it'll be good against the Wither, because yeah, I'm on hard mode and I'll stay on hard mode pretty much throughout these 300 days, yeah. And yeah, luckily I managed to get Smite 4 enchantment, but I need level 30 to get it. So on the day which has nothing funny about it, I decided to trade more to get more XP and emeralds. And on day 170 I decided to get my Smite 4 diamond sword. This would be good against the Wither. Very, very good. And later this day I was digging sand for a new project which was going to start at some point. And yeah, I also decided to get water breathing potions after fishing for a pufferfish. And you know, also decided to get more kelp, you know, I'll tell you what the project is in a minute, just let me collect everything, alright? And you know, for this I thought I only needed a few bits of kelp. Oh, how wrong I was. Yeah, I'm basically building a water elevator, not to max height, but basically high so that, you know, I can actually create a dark room farm so no mobs spawn anywhere else besides the dark room farm here. And yeah, I think this is high enough, should be. And this is where I realised you can't just bone meal kelp on top of each other, you know, you actually have to stack it on top of each other individually. So yeah, I kind of had to collect more kelp on this day, yeah. But you know, on day 173 I got distracted by an ocean monument, and you know, it was a real pain to get into. But yeah, after managing to get in through the top, I killed my first Elder Guardian. And yeah, just need to kill 2 more and then normal mine fatigue. And by the way, this is how I managed to get in. Yeah, kind of a bit complex, sort of not. But yeah. After that, I decided to kill my second Elder Guardian. Just need to kill 1 more than normal mine fatigue. And yeah, after killing the third Elder Guardian, yeah, normal mine fatigue. Kind of repeating myself a lot there. I do that a lot. Yeah. But yeah, after that I decided to collect the gold which is in the centre of the ocean monument, and there were no sponge rooms, so yeah. On day 173 I decided to sleep above the ocean monument, and day 174 I decided to boat all the way back. Yeah, I also got the kelp so I can continue the project of, you know, basically placing kelp up the bubble column. This so that each individual water source block counts, you know, as an individual water source block, so it can create a bubble elevator. Yeah. And yeah, after placing all the kelp, I decided to destroy all the kelp and replace that single bit of sand with a bit of soul sand. This means I can now finally use the bubble elevator to get up top because it actually works now. And yeah, when I got up there on day 175, I decided to start work on building dark room farm. Though you gotta know, this takes up a lot of cobblestone, so I decided to mine for more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, progress continued into day 176, and you know, I'm kind of, what, 50 to 90% done. And yeah, on day 177 I decided to continue working on the walls of this. And day 178 I decided to continue working on the roof of it. And yeah, once I was finished with the roof on day 178 I decided to put torches on here. And yeah, this basically stopped mobs spawning on top of the dark room farm. So there's only one place they can spawn, which is actually inside of the dark room farm. So yeah, it will work. And day 179 was just another day of mining. Not really much. Day 180 I mined those ores which I got from mining. That's all I can really show this day, not much else. And day 181, not much else as well, but yeah, I was basically AFKing, trying to see how well the dark room farm did. And you know, it was working surprisingly well. Day 182 was back in the ocean monument for some reason, I guess looking for sponges. And you know, they weren't any, but I got a load of sea lanterns. So one thing I decided to do was replace these torches on my polished andesite pathway with sea lanterns, you know. I think they actually work well for polished andesite, and yeah, you know, they don't actually clash together. Looks very, very nice. And since I'm now committed to those sea lanterns, I decided to collect more on the next day, so that I could actually finish putting them in on my pathway. And on day 185, you know, I had enough sea lanterns to finally finish, you know, and you know, yeah. But yeah, I used those spare torches to basically light up pretty much everywhere in, you know, my mine, so that, you know, can kind of create this pattern I'm doing right here. And day 186 was just another day of trading with villagers. Yeah, a lot of days kind of like this. Day 187 was also another day of AFK. Yeah, the days kind of becoming the same now. And like, really, they are becoming the same, but yeah, on day 188, I basically tried to get a shepherd. And yeah, I tried and tried and tried to get white wool, you know, it was kind of a bit painful. I don't know why it took so many attempts, like, how many attempts did it take, like 5 or 6, but yeah, that may not sound like a lot, but it still was just to get, you know, specific type of wool. But yeah, finally managed to get it. Day 189 started off as just a normal day of trading with villagers. But yeah, the rest of this day I AFK'd, like right next to the dark room farm to see how even more effective it could be. And yeah, after sleeping up here, it's now day 109. Yep, that's very effective. And after this I decided to light up the area right underneath the mob farm so that it can be even more effective because, yeah, only one spawned dark room farm. Day 191, you guessed it, another day of AFKing. I'm pretty much running out of things to do. Like, I really don't know what else to do right now, except wait, And you could say the same was for day 192, except this time it was in the village breeder because I was waiting for trades to restock. And yeah, day 193 I actually did shit, actually managed to get an infinity bow, which that was very nice. You can actually use this for End Dragon and the Wither fight. And yeah, I know this is for technically 300 days, but I decided to get the Unbreaking 3 book and the Mending book for the soon to be Elytra, which I hopefully will get at some point. Day 194 I drained more water from the caves. Never thought I'd be doing this again, but here I am, And yeah, this also continues day 195. Yeah, there's still a lot of water from these caves. Day 196 I was running low on food, so I decided to buy more bread from my farmer villager. And yeah, also decided to make all them emeralds back by trading for sticks. And yeah, after that, since it's close to day 200, even though it's day 197, thought I'd just go to the end portal, and now it's day 198 and I'm still getting distracted, It's taken me this long to get to the end portal, it's over a few days. Yeah, you should already know that by now. But yeah, I got here a bit too early, so I decided to just AFK throughout the rest of day 198 until it's day 200. And yeah, AFKing still continuing into day 199. Not much else to do. But yeah, now we're here, it's day 200, and yeah, I thought, let's go kill the Ender Dragon boys, just get some nice screen grabs. And yeah, after I went through the end portal, I, was in the end and, drank my slow falling potions. And I'm now ready to fight the Ender Dragon. Yeah, I've done this before. And because I was on hard mode, I was actually a bit scared of this fight. But yeah, since I have full netherite armor, sharpness 5, netherite sword, a good bow, slow falling potion and golden apples and a lot of blocks, it was very easy. And yeah, managed to destroy all 10 end crystals, I believe it's 10. But yeah, after that, decided to go down and get some hits on the Ender Dragon, doing a lot of damage to it because sharpness 5 netherite sword. But yeah, after a while, finally actually killed the Ender Dragon, Not really a surprise, at this point. But yeah, after collecting all the XP, I actually used the torch, to actually get the Ender Dragon egg. Yeah, I also put dirt over the end portal so that, like, the Ender Dragon egg wouldn't fall in. Yeah, this is why you bring blocks to the Ender Dragon fight instead of just mining the fucking endstone. But yeah, you see that end gateway over there? You see that over there? Going to go that start of 300 days, and it would be very nice. But yeah, after going back through the end portal, I decided to pillar up from the end portal room. And yeah, I decided to sleep on day 200. All very nice. But yeah, lads, that's basically it. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all enjoyed the fact that I didn't talk as much, and the video was shorter because, yeah, I feel like those were a few flaws within the first 100 days, so yeah, I just did what you do usually in the sequel, expand on the original without removing any elements of what made the original great. And yeah, hopefully I met that standard. But anyways, lads, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. So yeah, see yous.